Hey, Richard.
Hey, maybe I'll just be in the washroom for a second.
Oh, my good old. One sec. Hello? Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear you.
Yeah, the AirPods are proven quite strong.
AirPod Pro.
Yeah, the Pro 2s. I keep having connectivity issues or battery problems.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
This is my sixth pair from Costco,
Oh
and I'm not exaggerating. I'm on my sixth pair because they like to remind me every time I go and return it. They're like, "You've already returned." I'm like, "I can't help that the fucking product is garbage,
yeah.
but I have to have it for its noise canceling because I can't live in Canada, fucking especially Toronto, I've been hanging out, um, with the noise that's here. It's crazy, man. Noise canceling is the only way I can, like, stand leaving the house."
Yeah, same for me. Uh, for a while I was wearing like AirPods Pro and the over ear ones, like AirPods Max for a while, and but my ears were like really sweaty all the time, so they kind of got like just got like uncomfortable. I got like buildup of earwax and stuff, so I switched actually maybe a year ago now to like bone conduction only, and so I barely ever have like in ear earphones or over ear. I just use bone conduction, and it's kind of bad because I just hear all the noise. Yeah, like going outside at any point, I'll just be bombarded with so much noise. But I can't really. I'd rather, yeah, it's sort of whether I hear the noise or get like sweaty ears. It's like two bad options.
Yeah, man, it's for me, I'd have sweaty ears instead of dealing with the noise personally, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah, I was like wearing them at night sometimes as well. I had an apartment once, there was like a crying baby on the other side of the wall. And so I would like wear earphones at night. And I think that's why my AirPods Max like broke after like a year, because I think because there's metal on one side and like padding on the other. And so there's like a heat differential inside, and it gets like moist, and then it like fries the circuit. That's me and my friend's theory, because they're expensive
Mm.
headphones. They last like 1 year, and then they to get it repaired, they charge you like almost full price. So there's no point in getting it repaired. You just like throw them out. Uh, but yeah, AirPods Pro, I've liked those so far. I went through one, like when I first got mine, one of them like failed to charge, and they just replaced like that single AirPod. But then yeah, that
Mm.
sounds like that's surprising to hear going through so many pairs. Maybe there's something
Yeah,
in the
man.
chain, like just from all the like what was it, like COVID, and now all these wars that are causing like chip shortages and stuff. Maybe they have like a supply chain issue.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been using the MacBook Pro, the
Like
dark
M
one there,
something.
the M3 or something. I don't know. I got the most latest, and it's it's good. It's instantaneous, but I feel like they're all pretty much instantaneous. Like, I'm not seeing the difference because I guess I'm not really doing the more advanced stuff. I mean, just having an operating system that doesn't have a delay after a click is so much better than what I'm used to with Microsoft. That,
Yeah.
like, I was doing so I'm releasing from the military. I've done in a month. The collar is coming off, and I'm a free bird, sort of. There's still some hoop jumping and stuff I got to do to get benefits, but so like for instance, I have coined the term officially the Hydra of bureaucracy because every time I deal with the government, I find it's like fighting a Hydra where you cut a head off and two or three grow back in its place.
Yeah.
Because, I'm trying to release, and it has been a nightmare um, for various reasons. And this morning I had the initial release interview. You released, so I think
Yeah,
you
my
had these
release was
interviews.
bad. My release was bad as well.
Yeah, so 19 documents. She asked me to print this off to be able to sign each one of them or initial and show her over the Zoom call
Wow.
because the military is still 20 years in the past, still 2004 for them. And I did this even though I don't have access to a good, reliable printer scanner where I'm at.
Yeah.
And then, after all that's done, she's like, okay, send me the electronic copy. Once I'm like, oh, so you mean to say I have to scan? So 19 documents isn't 19 pages. Each page contained multiple documents. So it was about 50 pages, 60 pages.
Wow.
When she told me that I'd be printing this off, ink signing it to send it in registered mail. And now she wants it done electronically. I'm like, well, why didn't the fuck? I could just go into my purview or preview, whatever it's called, and add my signature to each of these documents electronically. I don't need to ink sign this shit. You are on the call with me. I'm telling you, I'm signing it. You can see my screen as I do it electronically. Holy fuck. So 3 hours this shit took me at least. I mean, I've been there all afternoon trying to sort this out. Because the printer that I have access to, you have to scan the documents individually, each page. It doesn't have a feeder. So there's that. But my friend's computer I was using is Microsoft. And I'm using Microsoft. I'm using like their Windows Live web-based email. And it's terrible. The layout is terrible. There's ads.
Wow, ads. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's ads. And I'm trying to find like how to create a new email. And you would figure that's like if this was done properly, it would be front and center because you're creating new emails all the time on this thing. It was not obvious. I was like, oh my God. So brutal. And also too, like you want to close down an item, it's at the right side of the corner or right side of the top right.
Hmm.
And I'm used to Mac now where it's
Oh, right.
top
Yeah.
left. And so, oh my goodness. Um, yeah, so that was a tough go. That was a tough go. It made me appreciate the Mac a lot more and how sophisticated it is, even though there's still some flaws with like the photos and stuff. But the way that system's laid out is just it's minimalist and elegant. I love it. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it feels like much more classy and just like it's pleasing to like look at a lot of the views in Mac OS. But
Yeah,
on Windows I rarely see anything that's like visually pleasing on Windows. Everything's like
yeah.
very yeah.
I actually turn my screen, my background to like the dark night view all the time. And I'm dealing with less white light. Everything's sort of dark images with like white text. I love that. And then I have my background is of the planet, but the one I picked was I think Africa. So it's a nice planet view. It's like pretty much like half the top, half the planet at the bottom of the screen. And it's nice because you have the dark theme, you have the earth, whatever, like on your desktop, and it actually kind of like moves when you like go from your login screen. So it's like it's cool. I like it. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that was terrible. releasing hasn't been fun. And I guess all the benefits that I'm applying for is a good problem to have, but my goodness gracious, like that's the military. I've been dealing with some of the government departments. They are much more modern, like their platforms, like Veterans Affairs Canada is much more modern than um, the military. It's just the issue is they're under resourced, and so not a lot of people for all the vets they're releasing.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember their website was good. You can like log in with many different like your bank or whatever. And then the only thing was like they would send you like a notice on their website and you'd get like an email saying you have like a message and then you'd like log in and find the message and it would be kind of like obscure and you wouldn't really be certain like what are they trying to tell me. And so then you'd it was sort of annoying to like always like call them and try to figure out like what are they trying to notify you of.
Mm. Yeah, I get the notifications too. I just keep one to remind me. Well, I'll get like several, and I'll just like delete them all and just keep one to remind me to log in eventually. Like I love this fingerprint thing that Mac has and how it stores your passwords. And like quite literally for me getting into these websites, platforms, whatever I'm doing, it's like just a click fingerprint and I'm logged in.
Oh yeah.
Um, when I was using my work laptop, man, everything took 10, 15 minutes to do. I wasted so much time trying to log into stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't got time for that shit.
Yeah, I use like one password and that can technically like autofill stuff, but I have so many devices like phone, Windows computer, like Mac computer that I end up just having like the one password. Like I just whatever device I'm on, I just go to the one password website or like open their app and then just like copy paste the password from one password to whatever site because alternatively you have to like install all the extensions and like have it sync and everything and you always have to like unlock it anyway.
Oh, well, just using all Apple products, everything is sort of seamless. Like
Yeah,
it's tracking my key
yeah,
code or something. Yeah, so like all the shit that I don't care if I get hacked. I mean, my address and stuff, I would rather not that falling into a hacker's hands, but if it's not financial stuff, it's the same password across the board. Like if you want to pay my electricity bill, please go ahead. Same thing with my gas bill. Like I don't care about that shit, right? And then they have like this is the funny, they have like second verification, authentication stuff. I'm like, why? Who's gonna log into these utility bill things? Like, why do I need to go to my authenticator app or like go on my phone to verify that I'm logging in? Who gives a fuck?
yeah, that would be
Anyway,
nice actually. That's a good point that like if the site was set up so you can only pay the bill, then we wouldn't even need a password. It would just be like, like I'm the only one that would pay my bill, but anyone else could pay the bill if they want. But it's like why do I even have to prove who I am? Like I'm just like sending money. Like if someone else does that, who cares? It's kind of just
exactly. I would like that a lot. And if my credit card is saved, you're just showing the last four digits. That's it. Just to
yeah.
make sure you get the right card. If you're set up for auto or pad or whatever, then who cares? You can just see that you're set up for pad.
Mm.
Thing is, you can make changes on the accounts and say, yeah, they have to make sure it's you.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have two tiers, like stuff you have to log in for and like stuff you don't.
Sure, that's not a bad idea, but then they have to maintain it, I guess.
There's different twice now I've been using like an app on my phone and then I go on like the partnering website and it just has me like scan like a QR code on the computer and then it will like auto log me in on the computer and stuff like that is kind of cool.
Hmm.
Like
I like
sometimes
these QR code things.
yeah. Yeah, QR codes and the other one is like you say log in and it just sends you like an email and then you click a link in the email and it logs you in. But I was thinking an advancement on that could be like say you're on a website and you click log in, it would automatically send you an email, and then your email would just automatically detect that like because you could have like two windows beside like your email right beside the website. So you're like clicking log in on the website, you get an email, then your email client would just automatically detect that like this is like a login link, and then it would automatically log you in. So like you wouldn't have to like go click the link in your email. It would just be like you click log in, and then like if it detects on the same computer you've received like an email, then you could just get logged in automatically. And that would feel kind of magical, I think.
Well, they do have that with the codes. When they send codes to your phone or when they send it to your email with Macs,
Oh yeah,
sometimes,
right.
most of
It
the
picks it
time,
up. Yeah.
you can just click something and it'll auto populate that login code.
Yeah, I like that.
That is pretty magical. I like it a lot.
I wonder why they like stopped there. Like you still have to like click the thing. It should just like automatically fill it in, try it, and if it works, then like then don't even show me. Like just be like log in, and it secretly does that with my phone, like without me knowing, unless it like fails. Well, a lot of stuff's getting hacked now, I guess, these days. There was some like big, like apparently China hacked like many of the biggest, like AT&T and a bunch of people.
China's hacking?
Yeah, apparently they got into like a bunch of systems. Yeah, it's kind
Yikes.
of crazy now. I feel like everyone at this point has had some kind of info stolen. Yeah, I listen to like this news outlet like 404 Media. They cover it sometimes where like there's a lot of like lists of people's information just like going around on the internet. Like you can buy them, or some people will give you like lists of emails for free, just like for no reason.
Oh yeah, I mean I got people fucking sending me spam all the time. They're actually able to get through my spam filter now.
Hmm.
They're using CAA.
That's
So I had to
surprising, yeah,
go,
because spam filters are pretty decent.
yeah. So I had to I had to go in, I had to create a rule and I had to like it's called the junk rule. And I have like the seven different variations of CAA that's somehow bypassing my filter. So like capital C, space, capital A, space, capital A, C, period, A, period, and then C, period, A without the period. And then like I have all the fucking variations of that are getting through, and they're still fucking getting through in like different ways. Like they're adding multiple spaces after. I don't know, man. Like
That's
it's
so
C space A space A or C space period A space period A space period. It's like fucking oh my god.
you're like at
But
war with some person who's like causing these variations.
yeah, casino bonus stuff is getting junked out, which is good.
I get a ton of like donate to political campaign texts, and I keep like every time I get one, I text back like stop, and then I block the number, and then I say like report junk, but it like three more show up the next day from like different numbers, but asking for like the same donations for like the same places.
Yeah. I just saw an Instagram video about how in China they have like these phone farming things where they have like
Mm.
they remove the batteries, they hook up all these phones to a computer, hundreds of phones that they link the microprocessors, the motherboards, or whatever. And then they're able to like they have different accounts for each of the phone, and they could quite literally like I don't know. You get enough of these farms, they could make someone on Instagram have 20,000 followers. Like you get
Yeah,
enough
I've
of the
seen that. Yeah,
farms
you
come
can like
together.
buy followers, or buy you can buy like reviews on Amazon, I think.
It's a
Epic
business, man.
Marketplace.
It's a straight up business.
Yeah.
And I got
So
one
weird when stuff evolves like that.
pig slaughterer who had 20,000 followers
Mm.
on Instagram, pretty sure.
Like a portrait
And
guy.
pig slaughterer, like what they do, it's a thing where they talk to people and they try to form a relationship with you. And they take months doing this. They become like your friend, your best friend, potential lover, dreamer. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get your personal information, like your financial information.
I
And
heard
it
about
works.
that. I heard the term like pig slaughtering scam, and I never looked into what that was. So I just assumed it was something to do with actual pigs. But I guess this is what it was. Yeah,
No,
like
poor
long
it's
long
people.
form con. Yeah.
And some of them are very like if you're lonely, some of them are very like charismatic.
Yeah.
And you know, they're available, they'll talk to you, they'll even try to video call you. And before I realized that, you know, I was chatting to people online once upon a time just because I was friendly. And I was just like this one person like anime. I'm like, cool, I like anime too. And I went to like do some anime. My buddy Ben. And it's just like, hey, you're pretty cool shit. You up for a call, video call one time? And did a video call. She couldn't really speak English. And she's like, hey, can't really see you or hear you well. And she wanted to end the call. She tried to end the call quickly. I'm like, cool. And I noticed like the headboard in her room. She was on her bed. And I noticed like some pictures above. And then the same kind of thing happened. Like I just was like, all right, cool, whatever. And eventually I kind of like caught on like, oh, this is probably a scam. And I was like, well, you know, Merry Christmas, take care, and bye bye.
Hmm.
And then down the road, somebody started messaging me and was like, oh, I'm all into traveling and blah blah blah, and just chatting me up. And you know, this is me going to the gym. This is me in my house. Yada yada yada. I'm like, I don't care, but thanks for the pictures. And just chat this person. I'm like, okay, I'm suspicious. Like, why the fuck you messaging me? And I was like, hey, let's do a video call. And then she's just like, oh yeah, sure. Hops on the call. Same person, different profile. So it's like literally this person's full-time job to pig slaughter people.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I want to see like documentaries about this kind of stuff. Like well made. I like a well made documentary, and some stuff like this is like really good material for that because they can tell the whole story and show like they could talk about how much money these people are making or not, or like where they live, what their life has been like. They could like interview them anonymously. I want to see like stuff like that. Just see like this alternate world of like when I go on the internet, you know, I'm there for certain reasons, but like these people's impression of like what the internet is and what they use the internet for must be just like, and the people they talk to, I guess, would be just such a weird like way to view the world and view the internet, like just totally this dark like internet.
Yeah. Well, if you thought about it, maybe someone's gonna create it.
Yeah, and it's gonna get crazy too, I think, with like AI may be not good for anything except scamming people in a more believable way, like because then like these people could have like nice looking filters and like AI backgrounds and like a voice changer and something that like talks for them, like, you know, it's like a human orchestrating all this stuff, but at some point, like, how would you know? Like, they could have like an excuse as why they're using like an avatar, if you can even tell, and they can like send a lot more messages, more convincing, change their grammar. It would be interesting if like eventually it's like very hard to tell, like that they can actually be like they could like collaborate on like projects and stuff almost, and then like for like a year for years at a time, you would not be able to tell. And then yeah, like I don't know, if crypto comes back or something, there's like ways to like share money and resources and stuff. It could be kind of crazy to get like caught up in like a multi-year like massive friend group like scam. Because you could,
Yeah,
it could literally be
yeah.
like people playing video games. Like you'd be like playing like online multiple. It could be like people you hang out with like every week, playing multiplayer video games, and like that level of like trust building, and it'd be kind of crazy.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what to expect with AI and where things are going.
Seems like
Got,
it's
I think,
getting worse fast. Like every time I see AI, it's worse than the previous time.
seriously. Well, buddy, I better start wrapping up and get going.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
I
see you
appreciate the call.
next time. Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds good.
man. Thanks for trying to make
Yeah.
this work.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Bye bye.